You already have a farm of your ancestors, that's fine. But let's say I want to buy a land. What are the minimum things? Tell me briefly, like shortly, what kind of land do I have to go for? What size? Go only 1 or 2 acres in the beginning and then expand slowly. Or what kind of water resource should we have in the farm? What would you suggest for the beginners?
See, it all depends on the kind of crop what we want to grow, and it all depends on the geography. Say,
Mm,
any country has its own geography. Like, there's a tropical part in a country, there's a subtropical part, there is an arid part. So all these
yeah,
things will matter.
yeah,
Mainly, when you are going for a farming occupation, you'll have to see what is the source of water what you have. Whether it is going to be a river which is passing by your land, or whether you have an open well, or whether you know there is ample water in if you dig a bore well, things like that. If you are confident of a good water source, then you can plan on growing any crop. If you do not have water, then it is very difficult to grow any crop. You will have to rely on rain-fed crops.
yeah,
There are some crops with just 1 or 2 rains, they will grow by itself, and like
yeah,
pulses and things
yeah,
like that, can grow
yeah.
those things. When you're going for horticultural crops, you will need water. And
Okay.
right now, most of the plants what are being planted, they're all grafted plants. You
Okay.
will have to see the commercial viability of a plot what you are developing.
Mhm.
Say, for me, when it came to starting the rambutan farm, we had to sell around 10 lakh rupees as an investment to prepare the farm, in which the land work cost came, the borewell cost came, the pipeline cost came, the cost of the plants, and then the cost of the manure to while planting the plants, the cost of labor, and all these things came up. And roughly, I would say around 10 lakhs, 10 to 12 lakhs was needed to set up the farm initially, to just plant. And each year we have to maintain the plot. So for that, again, we will need a there is a maintenance cost what will be involved. We have to consider that aspect also.
Okay.
I would say roughly around 2 lakhs was needed for us to maintain the rambutan farm every year.
Okay. Okay.
We started getting a good harvest only in the fourth year.
Mm.
So until then, it was all a cost only.
Okay.
Because it was a inherited land, we did not have to spend on purchasing the
Yeah.
land.
Yeah.
So without that, we had to spend, maybe we would have spent around 20 to 22 lakhs so far.
Mm.
And only after that, we have started seeing some money. First year, we earned around 3 lakhs. The year after that, we earned around 7.5 lakhs.
Do you
The
pay
year after
tax?
that, we earned around,
Do you have to pay
uh,
tax?
farm income is tax.
Tax free, right? Yeah. That I
Farm
wanted to
income
hear.
is tax free.
Yes, I wanted to hear that from you. Okay. Good. Okay. Go on.
But we are open to pay taxes whenever tax system comes to the farming activity also.
No. No, we don't want that to happen. The twenty five
That time,
percent will.
the lot of
No. 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 No.
illegal corruption also. Anyways, corruption is
No, we don't want the 25% to drop. So tax free is good. We are good with tax free.
for whoever who is going to start this. You will have to consider whether you have a land with you already, or whether you are going to purchase a land and then you are going to start this. Suppose you are
Okay.
going to purchase a land and then you are going to start anything, it is going to cost a fortune. So enter into this field only if you have enough that you have saved for yourself, or enough of backup for yourself to sustain for for at least 5 to 6 years.
You're saying that
And
because the money you will spend to buy on the land should be used on the land if you have one.
yes,
That makes sense.
it's like, sometimes when it comes to investment, we will end up investing everything what we have when we are starting something. And we will think that, from whatever income we are going to generate, we will run the operational cost. We will not get any income. For first few years, we will not get any income at all. But the
Okay.
farm has to run. Be it any other work, it need not be a farm. It might be any business or any job what we take as our own. We will need capital to run the business.
Yeah.
The same way here also, we have to consider this also as a business, and we need to plan our capital finances well. And say, suppose you are going to see, if you are going to purchase a land, anything like 3 or 4 acres minimum is needed for you to get
Yeah.
a good income.
Yeah.
3 to 4 acres right now, it may cost a crore.
Yes.
you have to set up a farm, everything. Say your budget is 1 crore. In that, if you invest 80 lakhs on the land, and then 10 lakhs on preparing everything and setting up the farm, the next 10 lakhs you'll have to keep it with you to maintain the farm till you start generating revenue from the farm produce. That is a must. So there we have to plan as much as possible, and always, no matter how much we plan, the reality will always be against the plan only. Like I had saved roughly around 10 to 12 lakhs, and I came here. We invested in the farm and everything. That was in July. By January, my account became zero.
Okay. Okay. You can
Yeah.
spend fast. Okay.
That was in 2018. From 2018 January till 2020 August, I have been literally not doing anything else than, spending on the farm, nothing else. No
Did,
spending
did,
much on
did you
myself.
at least get to eat your rambutans? Or you didn't get to eat them also?
Yeah, obviously, I was the first one who ate our rambutan. The first rambutan I
No,
only
no.
ate.
At that period of time, when you're spending and emptying your pockets, did you at
There
least
was no
get to
rambutan.
eat? There was no rambutans then. Okay, okay.
No, obviously, rambutan has not started yielding that.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe some coconuts here
Rambutan
and
was
there.
not. See, there I would say the rice what we grew, we used to cook
Yeah,
the rice what we grew and we used to eat it.
yeah,
We grow vegetables,
yeah,
long beans, lady's finger, brinjal,
yeah,
cucumbers. So all
yeah.
those things. Going to the shop and buying vegetables, we had to only buy onions and tomatoes and some garlic.
Why, why didn't you grow them too?
That doesn't grow here.
Why? Is
Climate,
this okay? Right. Okay. What kind of
cannot grow all those.
climate does this onion and tomato need?
Subtropical.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
Like your area in Andhra Pradesh, there and all you can grow.
Yes. Do you know Madanapalli, Palamaneru?
Yeah,
When we go from
yeah,
Bangalore, yeah, in Palamaneru, that's the
yeah,
tomato cultivation. You have this big
yeah.
tomato.
Correct,
Everything is of
correct.
tomato over there. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it.
During the
Yeah.
phase where we didn't have much money, we, at least for food, we were able to eat the food what we had. So that
Yes.
was one good thing.
Yeah.
Our main expense was cut short there.
Yeah.
And rest of the things, anyways, we have areca here. So the crop what we used to take from there, uh, it was helpful for us. Whatever income we used to generate from areca, we were able to use that income and use it for the new farm expenses and things like that.
Okay.
Suppose we did not have that areca as a backup, then it would have been really difficult. I would have shifted back to the city and taken up a job in 1 year. I would not have continued
Mm.
being here.
Mm. Is
So
that
we
why
always,
you're saying that it's better to get into your own farm than starting completely new?
yes, yes. Say suppose somebody has a family business of general stores. Somebody has a family business of taxis. Somebody has a family business of transport. Somebody has a family business of be it whatever. Instead of yes, the heart would say that we want to be an RJ, that we want to be an actor, that we want to be influencer and things like that. It is because of what your family has been. It is because of what your generation has been is what you have become today.
Yes.
Without that, we would not have been what we are today.
Yeah, that is so true.
So we should always think in those lines. We should think of practicality. Then heart will say a lot of things,
Yep.
but we should also think some certain
Yep.
things and take decisions wisely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So, like, how did your wife and kids take this? Like, how did they support you in this farm and everything?
My wife was my girlfriend during that time when I
Okay.
decided to shift to the farm.
You prepared
So
her.
we
You
used
were very
to,
smart. You're very clever. You prepared her. All your moves were very clever, and you had one more move to go. Very good.
because I knew that after getting married things would be difficult and it would have taken a lot to convince anyone. So that part, we both were together when we were growing mushrooms. Also, we used to do it together there, and then setting up the farm also. She was the one who gave me I who had from there were a lot of roadside vendors, food carts. They used to sell exotic fruits. So she had one day bought some rambutans, longans, and mangosteen, and she gave it to me to taste it. And that is when we tried the fruit. the fruit was so bad that I said, why do we have to pay so much of money for this?
Yeah.
And then few weeks down the line, my father said that some people are starting rambutan plantations and all here. There are new plantations that are coming up. And during that same time, I met one of my mentor, who is still my mentor. He has a very good rambutan cultivation here nearby to us. So he said that I went to him to approach for mushroom cultivation. He said, we are doing this. Why don't you come see our plantation and check it for yourself? And I
Yeah.
went there, but during that time there was no fruit in his farm. And I happened to visit one more farm. That was during the exploration what I used to do. I've done a lot of homework for all these
Yes.
things.
Yes.
I met a lot
Definitely.
of farmers
Yes.
and people. So in one farm, I got to taste a rambutan.
Okay.
That rambutan was just harvested the previous day and kept in their house for their consumption. And they
Okay.
gave that rambutan to me. I was
Okay.
very hesitant to eat because in the head, I have
Yeah.
already eaten a rambutan
Yeah.
and it is not so great.
Yeah.
According to me, it is just that rambutan is very attractive, but it is not so great to eat.
Yeah.
When I ate the second rambutan, which is in this farm, that is when I decided that if I'm going to grow something, I'll grow this, nothing else.
Okay. Okay.
I got to know the difference.
Whenever you say rambutans, do you hear, like, whenever I hear myself hearing that word, or whenever I hear myself saying that word, isn't that a lovely word to say rambutan, rambutan? Why did that name come to that fruit? Why is it called that rambutan?
It's actually a Malaysian word. Rambutan originated from Malaysia.
Okay.
It means hairy fruit.
Yes, it looks like that. It is
Yeah.
definitely one.
The word rambut means hair.
Rambut means hair in Malaysian language, is it?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
and okay.
Rambutan, hairy fruit. That is how it
Hairy
got
fruit.
its name.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
after 2020, after 2020, it's also
Yeah.
called as Corona fruit.
Why? Because it looked like that? It looked like that? Is that why?
Yeah, yeah, it looks like Corona. Actually,
Okay.
there's a funny story here also. We do a lot of retail selling. We send to people who want 1 kg, 2 kgs. We send it to them, by courier and other postal modes. So
Hmm.
one of my friend who was in Canada,
Hmm.
she had ordered it for her parents.
Okay.
She had ordered 2 kgs. So neatly I had packed it in our box, and that box itself we had sent it by India Post.
Mm-hmm.
The parcel has reached their parents' house safely and everything.
I'm getting the picture of what must have happened. Okay.
They have opened the box
Okay.
and they have kept the box outside their house itself near the steps, and they
Okay.
have called their daughter.
Why did you say
Somebody
it's
has sent
Corona?
coronavirus to us.
That's a good one.
Somebody has sent corona. What do we do?
Okay.
She was also not like she was also did not she did not strike to her also, like, what are you talking about? Then she realized, oh, I have ordered it from Chetan. That is not corona. That's a fruit. Open the fruit and eat it.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a really good one, actually.
So yeah,
See,
to your other
yeah,
question,
yeah, yeah. Gone.
uh, I will let you know about how my kids feel after they are born.
Okay. Done. For the next generations to
Hmm.
think of farming, at least to be their profession, even if they are taking the farm of their from their family or whatever,
Hmm.
what are the necessary steps do you think to be taken, and how much chance do you think is there in this world, practically, literally, and what do you think, how should we attract them to this? How should it happen?
If you consider in terms of commercial viability as a business, if you're talking about,
Business, and at the
then I
same
would say
time we are eating healthy food, right? We are living
yes,
healthily too, so it's a two.
farming can be of way of life,
Yeah, it's a way of life. Definitely, it's a way of life.
and
Yeah.
it can also be taken as a business.
Yes, both. Yes, two win-win situations. Yes.
Yes. So if it is a way of life, then I would say everybody can do farming. Everybody can, have their own way of life. 100 out of 100 can take up farming. 100 out of 100 can look for being sustainable
Mm.
and all those.
No, I'm
That is a
just
different picture.
no. I'm thinking something like, let's say it's a way of life. How you're doing right now is a way of life, and also commercial angle to it, right? You're also
Yes,
doing it like a
yes,
business,
yes,
so you're clubbing both of them
yes,
and making it.
yes.
Actually, you're making it look. I don't know. You'll become a good filmmaker. You're making it look beautiful. So how do we attract
making
the
it look
next?
exotic.
How do we attract the generation saying that, see, this is way of life, and then you also have a business aspect to it, and this is a beautiful way of both the worlds combining
Yes.
together. How do we take it to the next generation? Do you think?
I feel that one thing what we as the new generation, like the upcoming generation who are going to get old, what we have to see, most of the people who are there here, it is not the youth, it is not the youngsters, it is people who have crossed their 60, who are having a retired life.
Yeah,
The husband and wife, they are
yeah,
here, their kids are
yeah.
settled abroad, or they are settled in
How do we
metropolitan
pull them
city.
back from abroad? That's my question. How do we pull those next generation kids? Let's say I have my son who is 17 right now. How do we attract my son to something like this?
Yeah, we need to show the potential. People
Hmm.
have to realize that, see, today I might be doing good. This is
Hmm.
2023. I'm not saying that I'm doing very good, but I
Yeah.
have progressed.
Yes.
But 2017, everybody used to say that, you will go back in 2018. You will not stay here for long.
Okay.
Potential will be there everywhere. We have to identify that potential.
That
It
happens
might
in
be there even
every
in a
walk of
desert, or
life,
it might be
right?
there in an ocean.
Yeah,
It
like
might be there in a very rich place, or it might be there
yeah,
in a very poor place. Exactly. Yes,
every walk
exactly.
of life. Let's say if you have a
So
degree,
out of 100,
yeah, if you have a graduate student coming out at 20 or something,
yes,
he's not
yes,
gonna make it until like another 5 years or something. You have to
yes,
work hard for that. So it's the
yes.
same
You
thing
have
over
to work.
here too. Yeah, but somebody
Yes,
has to come out and tell that there is this option. You can look this
yeah.
way.
I would say it is not just about farming. I would say
Yeah.
it is about, a rural life, or,
Mm.
coming out of a bigger city and
Yes.
making a life in a smaller place,
Yes.
and making smaller place as a bigger place.
Yes. Yes.
That is
Yes.
where we can play as a role.